A dead body in your trunk can really hurt your reputation. Did he ever report his Tesla missing?
Absolutely not.
Okay, did he ever report Celeste missing?
Absolutely not.
He's got video of the Tesla coming around the curve from the direction of Burke's house, and it's coming around. Do I care about the Tesla? No. Do I care who put the Tesla there or moved it? Yes, because I believe that person had knowledge that Celeste's body was decomposing in the trunk.
When they drove by the camera in the Tesla, I could tell who it was. And they're wearing something very distinctive. I can identify the person from when they drove within 4 or 5 feet of the camera.
Okay, shooter. I'm going to go into this in depth later, but other celebrities have actually gone on social media and said, wow, I want Burke D4VD's downloads. In this case, a dead body in your trunk can really hurt your reputation. So what do you make of how D4VD, David Anthony Burke, is going to get out of the fact that Fisher just dropped like a bomb? He's got video of the Tesla coming around the curve from the direction of Burke's house, his mansion. And it's got the body in it. He's watched the video. He never sees the body or anything else being put in or taken out of the car. Hence, the body was already in the car, and it's coming around from Burke's house. What are you going to do with that, PR guru?
Yeah, Nancy, the
Fluff it
only
up
thing you can
and put it on the front of Vogue?
The only thing you can do in these situations, if you are innocent, is tell the truth. Lawyers hate that. Lawyers hate it when publicists get involved. But here, they're not just fighting for their legal future, but also their professional, their reputation. And so we would encourage them, if they were innocent, to tell their side of the story, to get that out now. So it's very, very tricky here. You have to sit with your client. You have to have a really serious conversation. And they have to basically tell you, are they innocent? Are they guilty? And if they are innocent, then he's got an amazing story to tell. Everything here looks really bad for him. However, if this is all some terrible, crazy misunderstanding, this is an amazing story. And so if he can tell that, then he'll be okay. But once again, he has to be innocent.
I had to hear your whole spiel before I jumped in. Some, quote, terrible misunderstanding. Control room, can you show me a photo of this little girl, Celeste? Okay, she's dead and dismembered and decomposing in his trunk, and you just call that a terrible misunderstanding?
What I called a terrible misunderstanding is him being blamed for this. That's what is the terrible misunderstanding here, if indeed he is innocent. This young girl who is dead, who is decomposing in the back of a fancy Tesla, that is not a terrible misunderstanding. That is an absolute disgrace, and we've got to get to the bottom of it. But we haven't got there yet, Nancy. And so maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that he didn't do it, and if he didn't, he should tell us everything right now.
You know, Rob Shooter, you can really hurt your crotch when you're riding the fence that way. Okay, just be careful of that. Steve Fisher, did you see any camera video of any nature that showed the Tesla parked in that area prior to July 29?
I have seen the images that I obtained from the Department of Transportation on the day it was ticketed and towed, which was September 5th. And then I have seen a video that shows it in May of 2025, very clean, but actually parked on that Bluebird Street, that one where it was ultimately towed from, but it was clean at that time.
Could you give me those dates again, please? The dates that you observed the car parked on that street. Go ahead.
First time I've seen it parked was May of 2025. There's a video of it parked on Bluebird, which is the same street that it was ultimately towed from. And then the other imagery I have is from the Department of Transportation, which are those images you're showing now that I obtained when they towed it, just to document the towing. And then I do have one from earlier in January where the car is parked in front of the rental house. It shows that it's very clean, but does have that rear damage already, the large dent in the back of the car.
Okay, got it. So you're saying May 2025 is the earliest you can place the car on the street in that neighborhood. So I'm trying to narrow down the timeline, Fisher. That's what I'm doing here. Now, I'd like to understand, you saw a person emerge from the Tesla. I assume that was July 29 at 11 a.m. You saw a person get out of the Tesla.
No, I didn't see them get out of the Tesla. They drove by when they drove by the camera in the Tesla, I could tell who it was, but then they're too far out of range, when they hit the parking spot. So I can identify the person from when they drove within 4 or 5 feet of the camera.
Wow, that's even much better. So you're telling me it's not the person getting in or out of the Tesla. They drive by a cam, and that's July 29, correct?
Correct.
And you get a face shot. Is that correct?
A face shot, and because the Tesla is so, has so many windows, the upper body, and they're wearing something very distinctive.
So let me ask you this, Steve Fisher. Are you familiar with all of the people that work with and for Burke? You know what they look like?
I do now. I didn't, at that time, but the main players I certainly become very familiar with. There's a lot of photos of them. We came into a lot of media of them that was left at the house.
Steve Fisher, why won't you divulge who was driving the Tesla, ostensibly with Celeste's body in the trunk?
Well, I'll tell you, I would like to, I'll be honest with you, but by statute, I cannot unless I have my client's permission. That's just something, a regulation that I'm bound by. And right now, they want to give LAPD a little bit more time. If it was up to me, I would put it out there because it's been 7 weeks, and I don't understand why at least the concealment charge can't be dropped by this time, and you can always stack charges on top of that. So I don't agree with it. I would put it out if it was up to me.
You mentioned you got a clear picture of the driver's face. Was the window rolled down?
It was rolled down. And they were only going a block and a half. It was 77 degrees. And the car, if it was parked in front of the rental house, it was in the shade. So I don't understand why they'd have the window down like that.
So, back to you, shooter. Suddenly she's gone and he doesn't report her missing or his Tesla missing. How do you, again, fluff that up and make it all glossy for the front of what? In Touch, the Inquirer, what? How do you fix that?
She has a history of running away. This is somebody who left many, many relationships, many, many lives. And so this is a troubled person. And that is not blaming the victim here, Nancy, at all. But this is somebody who has a history of making erratic decisions. That's how it is going to be presented. It's going to be presented like he was her mentor, that he was looking out for her. And one day he got up and she disappeared, and as upset as he was about that, he didn't think this was that unusual. It's a very tricky argument. I'm not saying it's going to work, but that's what they're going to do. That's how they're going to position it.